So the Baltimore Ravens just racked up their third straight win after starting 1-5. They now sit at 4-5 and have a very great outlook, very possibly looking at a 7-5 start with the Browns, Jets, and Bengals the next 3 games on their schedule. Malachi Starks has back-to-back games with interceptions as all of the young defenders like Mike Green and Teddy Buchanan are really starting to get better and make an impact. Newly acquired outside linebacker Draymond Jones gets in on the action, gets some pressures as the pass rush gets heated up. The Ravens defense now has 4 straight games holding teams under 20 points, and they're continuing to get better. Plus, Keaton Mitchell and Zay Flowers just continue to be legit electric weapons. We got a lot to talk about after this one, man. So welcome into another episode of Ravens Reports. It's your guy Noah here with For the Flock, as always, bringing you guys our top 5 news reports and storylines coming out of our Baltimore Ravens today. This time we have a post-game edition, and very excited to break this one down with you guys. It feels good to be able to pull out the purple shades, man. They told us we were done. 1-5. Here we are, 4-5. Staring at 7-5 right in the face. Very possible, man. At number 1, let's talk about this defense. This defense is actually a good unit now. Are they elite yet? No, they're not elite, but they're an above average good NFL defense now. I mean, the last 4 games, they're averaging 14.5 points per game allowed, and it's not against terrible offenses, man. The Vikings just beat the Detroit Lions last week, man. They have Justin Jefferson, Jordan Addison, Hawkinson, Naylor, Jones. They have a ton of offensive firepower, and the Ravens held them to 19 points. Could have been even lower if the Roquan Smith interception that I thought was clearly an interception didn't get overturned, man. But then they held the Bears and the Rams both under 20 points as well, man. Ever since Kyle Hamilton has been moved to the box and the addition of Alohi Gilman, now you're also having other guys step up and get better, like Teddy Buchanan, Mike Green getting pressures on the quarterback. You add Draymond Jones, man. This defense is really starting to take form. They're a legit unit now. The last 4 games, like I said, 14.5 points per game. Held Justin Jefferson, probably the best wide receiver in the entire National Football League, to only 37 yards. Chidobe Awuzie and Nate Wiggins, man, are playing some excellent football at the cornerback position, which brings me back to number 2, man. I got to talk about this secondary. This secondary was really bad to start the season. They were getting cooked, but Malachi Starks just keeps getting better. He's getting more and more comfortable. A lot of people were saying, man, Malachi, I don't know about that pick, but dude, if you guys remember, Kyle Hamilton started off pretty slow and wasn't looking like the all-pro type of Kyle Hamilton until, the second half of his first season. Then the second year got even better. But Malachi Starks, man, back-to-back games with interceptions. Roquan Smith, like I said, should have had a pick as well. He had a nice football game. Marlon Humphrey got an interception. Alohi Gilman almost got one as well. This secondary held McCarthy to a 54.5 passer rating, only 5.9 yards per attempt, and under 50% completion. He had he had 42 passing attempts, man. Chidobe Awuzie, by the way, I think is a big part of this defensive turnaround. You guys remember he was injured, and since coming back, man, the Ravens have really turned it around. Chidobe actually ranks 20th out of 106 qualifying cornerbacks in PFF. At 30 years old, now a year and a half, maybe 2 years almost now removed from that knee injury, he said he felt way better and was getting healthier and healthier. And, a lot of times players say that, but this was probably one of the best offseason signings. Eric DeCosta got Chidobe for very, very little, did not have to pay him much, and he's performing right now like a top 20 corner out of 106 corners in the NFL, playing very, very good football, man. And number 3, before we get into the offense, before we talk about Lamar Jackson and his second game back and in the offensive play calling and all that stuff, I want to talk about some other good things here. Mike Green, I think it was on the first drive, absolutely blows up Aaron Jones in the backfield. Maybe it's the second drive. Tackle for loss, just wrecks him, knifes in, reads it well, blows it up. Also had multiple pass rush wins. He is looking like he's starting to get comfortable and coming into his own, man. I think they're starting to let him loose a little bit. And he had multiple pressures. Draymond Jones, multiple pressures. There was multiple times they had Draymond Jones, newly acquired outside linebacker slash D end. They had him lining up all over the place. I saw him at 3-tech rushing, saw him at 5-tech, saw him at outside linebacker, rushing off the edge. He looks pretty versatile, and he had multiple pressures as well. Travis Jones had a heck of a football game. He got a sack. CJ Okoye, man, this is a guy that wasn't even supposed to make the roster, an international player, man. He got a pass deflection early on. So the defensive line looks much, much improved, getting better and better each week. So, yeah, really proud of this defense for the turnaround that they've orchestrated. I don't know what's up with Zach Orr and slow starts on defense. Like last year, the defense was abysmal to start the season, and they turn it around and ended up like a top 3 unit. And then like this year, it's looking very similar where like the first 6 games, you start off 1-5, you're giving up 41 to the Bills, you're giving up, 44 to the Texans. Oh, you're just having terrible performances, and all of a sudden, like you're holding teams under, 6 points, 14 points, 17 points, 19 points, like holding good offenses under 20 points consistently, getting pressures on the quarterback. Secondary looks night and day, man. A lot of those wide open throwing windows where there was just like soft coverage and wide, like a lot of that stuff is getting cracked down on. There's a lot more contested catches, not a lot of wide open throws like we saw earlier in the year. Defense today, and to kind of recap the defense today, Nate Wiggins, 7 tackles, 1 pass deflection. Teddy Buchanan, man. I texted Ryan from Flock Rundown. I said, bro, this dude likes to pop people. Like when he hits dudes, he hits people hard. I love it, man. He brings the energy. There was also a time Alohi Gilman. I saw McCarthy. He's tried to run on that Justin Jefferson pass. He threw it back to McCarthy. Almost picked up the first down. And he tried to like dab up Alohi. Like he was like, nah, bro, like I ain't doing that in mid-game. And he brings that energy as well. But Teddy, man, Teddy's playing such good football right now. Like this young defensive core of like Mike Green, Teddy Buchanan, Malachi Starks, we got a 1st-round pick, a 2nd-round pick, a 4th-round pick. These dudes are going to be contributors, like long-term starters for the defense, like impact, maybe even future Pro Bowl type of players. They're getting better and better each week, and the Ravens, I like this draft class so far, and we'll see even more. I'm excited to see our 3rd-round pick get on the field as well, and Emory Jones, hopefully here soon. Roquan Smith has a pass deflection, a quarterback hit, 6 tackles, should have had an interception. I thought it was clearly a pick. It's supposed to be like clear and obvious to overturn it. I didn't think the football moved much. It looked like his arm was clamped underneath of it pretty tight. Marlon Humphrey, 4 tackles, had a pass deflection and an interception. Malachi Starks, 4 tackles, pass deflection, interception. Travis Jones, 2 pass deflections, 3 quarterback hits, and a sack. Keon Martin, forced fumble on special teams, also had 3 tackles. Like, this defense is playing complementary football, and it's good to see the Baltimore Ravens win in a different way. This is the first time that Lamar Jackson's been playing where, like, the offense really wasn't exploding and being consistent, but the defense was able to step up and really get the job done. So we got to crack 30 points with Lamar on the field. In my opinion, like we left a lot out there on the field today. On the opening drive, we should have started off with 6 points with the touchdown. Instead, we settled for the field goal. Isaiah Likely and Mark Andrews dropped footballs, hit them both in the hands. Both of their hands touched the ball. Rashad Bateman had he tried to adjust to like a back shoulder in the end zone. That should have been a touchdown. It hit him in the hands. You got to catch these type of balls and help your quarterback out. But, it could have been really ugly. It could have been a blowout if we just would have converted 1 or 2 of those field goals into touchdowns. But let's talk about this offense, man. The offense. Lamar goes 17 of 29. Didn't think it was his best game, but also not like he was missing a bunch of throws or anything. At an 87 passer rating, not good, not terrible, 1 touchdown. But here's the stat that was a little surprising. Usually Lamar Jackson's averaging anywhere from like 7 to 10 yards per completion. This day was very low, 6.1 yards per attempt, 1 touchdown, 0 picks. Did enough. Also scrambled for a few first downs as well. 9 carries for 36 yards, but was kind of held down in that regard as well. Only averaged 4 yards a carry. Derrick Henry was held down pretty well as well, man. 20 carries for 75 yards, averaging 3.8. Keaton Mitchell, I don't understand it. His first 3 carries go for 29 yards, averaging about 10 yards per carry. You see the electric ability, man. And then the third quarter rolls around and he doesn't get any carries. And I'm like, bro, like he just averaged 10 yards per carry. He's so explosive. Ran out on the outside, ran on the inside. Derrick Henry, I love him. I don't think he's the best fit all the time on the pistols, on the pistol-like option. I like to see him when Lamar's under center. I like to see him run downhill or get a toss outside. But I think Keaton Mitchell and maybe even Justice Hill would be better for some of those pistol quarterback option plays. And I love Derrick Henry. I want to see him get fed. Trust me. I love to see him, the physicality he brings. But the guard play right now is not opening up enough holes. And Derrick Henry's not the fastest, like quickest, twitchiest, like jump cutting type of running back to kind of, bounce and hit the hole real quick. But 20 carries. I'd like to see a few more of those go to Keaton Mitchell, if we're being honest, man. I'd like to see Keaton Mitchell anywhere between 8 and 12 touches per game. That should be the minimum. Like 8 to 12 touches. That's how electric he is. He averaged 7.8 yards per carry with a long of 22 today. The other offensive highlight is Zay Flowers. 18.8 per catch. 4 catches, 75 yards. Dude is electric. He got faster than he was last year. Like when he bursts upfield, he looks fast. Not just quick, but like legit fast. He's a weapon. I'd also like to see us give him more targets downfield. Like with his ability to route run and head fake and start and stop, double moves, I think he could be really nasty with some more targets downfield. I'd like to see Bateman get more involved. Charlie Kolar had 1 catch for 23 yards. Charlie Kolar continues to make the most out of his opportunities. But man, felt good to get another win. At number 5, here's the outlook. Here's why you're excited. The Ravens they started 1-5. They're 4-5, win 3 straight. And they have the Browns, the Jets, and the Bengals. 3 very bad football teams in their next 3 matchups. So 7-5 is looking very possible. The game after that is Pittsburgh. So you could very well go into that game 7-5 against Pittsburgh and have a chance. If you beat Pittsburgh after going 7-5 and you move to 8-5, you put yourself in the driver's seat to win the division and possibly even have some good seeding down the line, because the AFC is not as strong as it has been in years past. The Chiefs aren't even in the playoff picture right now. They only have 5 wins. The Bills just got blown out by the 2-7 Miami Dolphins, who we blew out last week. The Patriots, I'm pretty sure, are the number 1 seed right now, or the Colts, man. So the AFC's wide open this year. We could very well, if we win the division and the Patriots hold on to that seed, the division, because they're in the same division as Buffalo, I wouldn't be surprised if we were like the number 4 seed or number 3 seed and we played Buffalo the first round. They would be the wild card and they'd have to come to Baltimore for that playoff matchup. That would be fun because after having to play them in their home turf the last 2 times. The last time we played them in Baltimore, we blew their brakes off. We should have blew their brakes off in Buffalo. We had a 40-25 lead with like 4 minutes left, right? So, man, the AFC's wide open. I know I'm talking about playoffs and stuff in the future, and we're still sitting at 4-5, but 3 very winnable games against 3 very bad teams upcoming than the Steelers. So I'm excited. The defense continues to get better. The offense, they put up 27 points. Could have been better, and I think it will get better. It's only the second game back with Lamar Jackson, but hey, man, let me know all your thoughts in the comments section below. I love you guys. Smash the like button if you got any value out of today's content. We'll see you in the next video.
Ray, when he wasn't looking, he ran me over.